Alright, so the other day I posted a video just journaling my frustrations and where I was at with this game. I'm trying to do these videos about as often as I play, which should be pretty frequent, until I get it clear. The intent is to, for myself, just go through and the journey and reflect. But maybe it helps someone. Maybe, the 5 people that watch this, maybe it helps somebody. I don't know. I'm really just doing this for myself more than anyone else. So I kind of realized what I was doing. And I was doing what I said I wouldn't do, which was to overly optimize the earlier content, like the first 2 levels, or stuff that's kind of become boring at this point. And so what that means is I'm paying attention to score more. For some reason my brain doesn't allow me to shield as often. I'm playing riskier in general. I don't even necessarily fully understand all the scoring mechanics, and I'm doing things that I maybe perceive or in other games are part of the scoring. Either way, whether it's actually beneficial to the score or not, I'm taking additional risk. And of course I'm getting hit by stuff. And then getting upset by that because I don't want to be on level 1. I want to be on level 4, which is where I'm at. And so that's kind of the source of a lot of the frustration. It's like I'm out of sync. My head, I want to play on level 4, but my hands are optimizing level 1. And so I need to get these things in sync, and kind of get back to hey, you said you weren't going to do this. So once I realized that, I started to play a lot better. And so I'm just going to fast forward the rest of this replay up until I had 2 runs that got to the stage 4 boss. The second one this is the second run, which is the best run so far. I got to the second stage of level 4 boss, and it was my highest score to date. And so, yeah, I think there was things I could say about the first run, but I think this one ultimately is more interesting. So I'm gonna fast forward to the stage 4, because that's where I think psychologically that the more interesting things are happening. So yeah. Oh, and by the way, I'm pretty sure I no-missed up until stage 4. So that's kind of part of it. I'll get to that. So yeah, I'm at the stage 4 boss. I actually just realized on this run that I can hit this thing anywhere. I don't just have to hit it in the green orb. I think naturally I'm gravitating towards that green orb. I don't know, maybe if I pay attention. No, I'm doing damage to it outside of it. So yeah, it's kind of, I think the green orb indicates where the contact is. I don't know. Maybe that's where the hurt box is. But yeah, it looks like you can hit it anywhere in its model. So at this point, I'm like, Oh my god, I've made it here without taking a loss. This is the best I've ever done. And then you know, so I'm coming into level 4, and the tension is risen compared to other runs where I've reached level 4 because of this. And so I take a bunch of losses, like an annoying amount of losses in this early section. And I think it's because I don't even know what hit me there, but I think I'm just like psyched out at this point in time. And so I think that's what's going on. Like this section isn't really that difficult. They show indicators of like where stuff's gonna be. You do have to kind of be mindful, and they do come kind of quick, but I think once you are ready for it, it's not that difficult. There's also a lot of extends on the stage, I've noticed, so I was like, okay, I told myself, okay, and even though, you know, I took another loss there, I'm like, well, okay, it's fine. They're giving them out, like, it's fine. Like, we still just keep going. That's an example. I'm just playing it safe. Like, I'm like, don't mess around. Like, just survive. My experience with like these little like transitions, like as a really like clear marker of like where you are in the stage. And it's like almost a sense of like relief where it's like, okay, I made it through that section. When you get those little transitions, it's an interesting experience. I think the trick with these guys is to really get them before they shoot any bullets. Like see where they kind of like show where they're going to come in, and just like line yourself up and kill them. Oh, when you start to reach like this section of the level, and you have kind of these, not really mid bosses, but like, I don't know, micro bosses, it's just really memorable. Like you have this, and then there's this one, and then there's the twins, and then there's like the big heart. Yeah, that's just like really a change in pace over the previous levels, where it's like transition, and it's like kind of like a mid-boss style enemy situation versus like waves of these little popcorn that come in, which is what mostly it is up to this point. Yeah, I'm just like taking losses, like. I think one of the heart pieces times out because I haven't really figured out this route yet. I'm just turtling and just not dying is my objective at this point. Yeah, I think this piece times out because when you like reach this after all these mid bosses, and then it's like this Space Invaders theme section, and like just like where this music is probably one of my favorite songs. My experience is like, this game is awesome, and just like really appreciate like all the care and love that went into this. Like it's just like so memorable. Yeah, just gushing over this at this point in the time of the game. I feel like if you shoot those saucers, like they come down and explode. I haven't quite figured it out. Like, is that the trick to be able to clear all this stuff? Those ones at the top there, like they do that. Do they splash damage the other enemies? Those little purple orbs coming down seem like you want to kill them with the shield. Like I didn't really pull it off there, but They're kind of tanky, like, for their size and speed. I remember when I first encountered that, I was like, how do you even clear that? It's just so much stuff, and you can get really intimidated by it. But it's not that difficult once you kind of figure out the pattern. I don't quite have it yet, but I have a sense of like, okay, they kind of introduced that in level 1. It's just a more complex version of it. And like this, it's like this whole section mirrors level 1. That section precedes the boss in level 1, and now here we are again, and it's both the section before and this boss mirrors level 1. At this point, I'm thinking like, oh my god, can I clear this boss? Can I get to level 5 on a credit? That's like the new goal in my head. Yeah, so I'm fairly tense at this point because I'm trying to, reach my next goal is to get to level 5 on a credit. And spoiler, I don't make it. And I think I get dinged by that dumb Xevious square. And that's it. That's the run.